Hello and welcome. You tuned into Market Fatafat, a show where we get you all the top buzzers in trade, either on the back of news flow or on the back of technicals. But first up, let's take stock of how the market is shaping up at this juncture. Well, Ashesha, we have corrected from the day's highest point. In fact, we are hovering around the day's lows itself. We are just less than 24 hours away before that 50% tariff comes and it's slapped on India. And on the back of that, we do see a bit of a jitter coming in the market as well.
Indeed, and we are not seeing any kind of festive cheer for the Indian markets thanks to the announcement that came in overnight. Now Nifty is sitting with a cut of nearly 160 points as we speak, near that 24,800 mark. Nifty Bank is underperforming in trade. Nifty Bank as we speak is down nearly 1%. Near that 54,611 mark. In terms of individual sectors, we have real estate index which is impacted the most in trade today. Nifty Realty Index is down in excess of 1.5% as we speak. The likes of Godrej Properties, Lodha, Prestige Estates, DLF, Raymond, all of them sitting with cut in excess of 1.5% as we speak. On the gaining side, we just have FMCG and Auto Index which are trading with marginal amount of gains. Nifty FMCG index is up 1%. Britannia, that one is up nearly 4%. HUL, Nestle, Dabur, Colgate, all of them sitting with marginal amount of gains today. But all in all, the market breadth is not in favor of advances. And as we speak, we are seeing across the board several sectoral indices which continue to bleed in trade today.
Alright, so that's how the market is shaping up at this juncture. But let's get on board Kkunal Parar, who's the Vice President of Technical Research and Algo Choice Equity Broking, who's joining us on the technicals. And from our research team, we are joined by Rabinder. Hi, good afternoon to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us and taking us through the buzzers that we're about to start. Let's start with the first set of stocks that are in focus today. The OMCs, HPCL, BPCL, IOCL, that are in focus today. Now, we have a note by Jefferies that says that BPCL stock has corrected 10% over the past year despite a firm earnings outlook. Now, the stock trades at the same forward PB price to book as HPCL due to concerns about entering an elevated capex phase. Now, Jefferies notes that the higher risk to HPCL's earnings from the new projects can take up to 3 to 5 years to stabilize, and they also feel after commissioning and from any potential excise duty hike that's likely to happen. Now, Jefferies prefers BPCL due to strong earnings visibility and favorable valuations. And if you look at the ratings and the targets, we see BPCL, they're maintaining a buy call and they have given a target price of 140 rupees. For IOCL, they are maintaining a buy with a target price of 160. And for HPCL, they're maintaining an underperform rating and they've cut the target price from 340 to from a 360 to a 340 right now. On the back of this, the OMCs are in focus.
The entire oil marketing company set and packed in focus on the back of that. But let's also put the spotlight on Pidilite Industries then. Kunal, you've picked up this counter for us. The stock is sitting with gains of nearly 0.3% in trade. 3115. Where do you see the stock headed from the current levels?
Hi, good afternoon. Well, if you talk about Pidilite Industries right now trading at 3115, above it's at 21 days and 100 days moving average. Not only this, today it is going to make it positive crossover between this 2 days two moving average 21 into 50. Not only this, if we talk about weekly chart, and weekly chart also looks very attractive on a daily chart, or weekly chart also looks very attractive. So we may see some kind of upside momentum in this counter from the present level. Right now stock is trading at 3115 level. One should get into the stock at present level. If you talk about SL wise, then we will keep SL at 3050, and if you talk about target wise, the first target comes at 3165, and if stock breaks this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 3245. So Pidilite looks very attractive on a daily chart with strict stop loss of 3050.
So 3050 is the stop loss and 3165 rather is the first target price. That's the word coming in. But let's also put the spotlight on the new kid on the block, and that is Vikram Solar. This one got listed on the bourses today at a nearly 2% premium as compared to its issue price. Now remember, this is a 2,100 crore issue where the price band was fixed in the range of 315 to 322. The stock currently trading at about 366 odd levels, and after the initial 2% premium, it did see an uptick. Now it is sitting with gains of nearly 10.5%. Now remember, this is a solar PV module maker with a capacity of about 4.5 gigawatt, and the company is also looking to expand its capacity to nearly 20.5 gigawatt by 2027. In fact, we also spoke to the management earlier in the day, where they said that they expect 15.5 gigawatt cumulative capacity by the end of this fiscal year itself, and price, technology and scale will be the key differentiators for the company going forward. So yes, new kid in the block, the stock is already sitting with gains of nearly 10.5% today.
All right, Vikram Solar, IPO just at a 2% premium, decent opening, but stock has jumped up almost 10% in trade after that. And Vikram Solar, that is expecting a 15.5 gigawatts cumulative capacity by FY26. And that's the word coming in from the management. Let's go across and listen into what else the management had to say about the future roadmap for the company.
So our overall plans stand for 15.5 gigawatt cumulative capacity by end of this fiscal. So after fiscal 23-24, we pivoted towards the domestic market significantly, almost entirely. And the reason was we were seeing a lot of uncertainty happening in the US markets for us. Now what we see is that while the dust settles on the tariff issue with the US, which I'm very hopeful that India will prevail in overall meeting its expectations with respect to exports. We are focusing primarily on the domestic market because that is giving us phenomenal revenue as well as EBITDAs, and parallelly building new markets out of Europe, Middle East, Australia, and other far Latin American countries.
Okay, so that's the word coming in from the management of Vikram Solar. But let's also put the spotlight on Ola Electric then. Rabinder, positive news flow coming in for the company, and the stock is surging up 5% rather as we speak.
Well, yes, Ola Electric is in focus on the back of the positive news flow, where Ola Electric has announced that it has received the certification for compliance with the eligibility assessment requirement under the PLI scheme for automobile and auto component sector for its Gen 3 scooter portfolio. And this certification was granted by the Automotive Research Association of India under the Ministry of Heavy Industry and the Government of India to all 7 Ola S1 Gen 3 scooters. With this milestone, Ola Electric's Gen 2 and Gen 3 scooter portfolio now stand as PLI certified. As a result, this certification is set to significantly enhance Ola Electric profitability from Q2 FY26 onwards. So back of this news flow, Ola Electric is in focus and the stock is holding a gain of approx 5%.
All right, moving on, and then from Ola Electric, and keeping with the auto pack, Kkunal, you've picked out Eicher Motors for us. Now, this counter has hit an all-time high today itself. In fact, the stock has been an outperformer, a clear outperformer from the auto pack as well. Do you see more upside for Eicher Motors? What are the levels to watch out for?
Yes, exactly. It's in a top pick right now, and in the auto segment, we have been witnessing very good upside momentum in this counter. I think apart from this Eicher Motor, I think no one is there in auto sectors which is performing very well compared to Eicher's, trading at a 6160 level in its uncharted territory, making all-time high level with average volume activity. So further upside would be there in this counter. Stock is up by 2.85%. Now, if we talk about overall picture, then we may see a further upside momentum as per the extension level from his recent level. Stock has already given a breakout of its recent top, which was placed at 5,910 level. Stock has been trading above all its long-term moving averages. Not only this, stock has just entered into its oversold zone after a prolonged time period. So it clearly indicates for further upside momentum in this counter. Right now, stock is trading at 6.60 level. One can get into the stock at present level. As per the MOM theory, we may see a very good upside momentum. We will keep SL at 6040, and if you talk about target wise, then first target comes at 6250, and if stock breaks this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 6400. So we will keep SL at 6040, target first target 6250, and second target 6400.
Okay, so 6250, that's the first target, and 6400, that's the second target coming in for Eicher Motors. But let's keep it going with the auto sector then. And Maruti Suzuki, this counter continues to remain in focus on the back of the launch, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi just an hour ago flagged off the company's first electric SUV, which is the e-Vitara. Remember, we have been getting you the exclusive coverage from their plant in Gujarat. The company, in fact, plans to export this particular product to 100 countries globally. And the company also intends to mark production of hybrid battery electrode at TDS lithium-ion battery project in Hansalpur, Gujarat. That's where the event is taking place currently. And Prime Minister Modi also was at the event, and he flagged off this particular launch of e-Vitara electric vehicle. The stock in focus on the back of that. In fact, as we speak, the stock is up nearly 2.5%.
All right, with that, it's time for a quick breather on market Fatafat. On the other side, we're getting you more buzzers. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You tuned into Market Fatafat with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me is Ashish Advariu, and we are taking you through all the top buzzers in the trading session today. Let's resume with all the stocks that are in focus. Siemens is one name that is in focus on the back of a note by BofA. Now, BofA is maintaining an underperformed rating, but they've hiked the target price to 2,800 rupees from an earlier 2,564 rupees. Now, one round of earning cuts is behind, but BofA feels another is expected. The street remains overly optimistic about this segment. The short cycle, the DI segment is being hit by the weak private capex. The valuations are near long-term averages, but the earnings are expected to disappoint. On the back of that, they are maintaining an underperformed rating, but they have hiked the target price. But nonetheless, on the back of that underperformed rating and a rather cautious note, Siemens is declining in trade with cuts of 2%.
Siemens is down 2%, but let's keep it going with the same sector then. CG Power, Kunal, you've picked up the stock for us, 679. That's where the stock is currently trading. On the charts, where do you see the stock headed from the current 680 odd levels?
Well, right now, stock is trading at 679, well above its 21 days and 100 days moving average. No doubt, since last few days, stock has been trading in a range-bound momentum only, but I'm seeing some kind of spark in the counter because, RSI is standing at the 54.83 level above its 50 marks. Not only this, RSI has also given a breakout of its downward falling trend line. So, all this equation goes in favor for creating long position only. So, I'm expecting a very good upside momentum in this counter from the present level. Stock is trading at 679. One can keep SL at 658. And if you talk about target wise, the way stock has been trading on its daily chart, well above its 100 days plus 200 days moving average, I think we may see a very good upside momentum up to the level of 701 first target. And if stock breaks this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 740. So CG Power looks very attractive on a daily chart with fixed stop loss of 650 for target of 701 and 740.
Okay, so 701 and 740, that's the target price coming in for CG Power. But let's also put the spotlight on two other banking stocks that are in focus on the back of corporate announcement and adjustments that took place in the stock price today. First up, HDFC Bank, where the stock is now trading ex-bonus, which was in the ratio of 1:1. So the stock is 974. It is adjusted for bonus today, and that is the reason we are seeing that kind of movement as far as the absolute price is concerned. Karur Vyasa Bank, that one is trading ex-bonus in the ratio of 1:5 at 216 currently. The stock is down 1.7%, but as I mentioned, there is some corporate adjustment that is taking place in both of these stocks. Both these stocks in focus on the back of that.
All right, so HDFC Bank and Karur Vyasa Bank. Moving on to the pharma pack. Rabindra, you picked out Sun Pharma for us. A brokerage note. Tell us what does the brokerage note say about Sun Pharma?
Well, as Sun Pharma is in focus on the back of brokerage note, where BofA has come out with a note and they have downgraded the stock to underperform from neutral rating, and they have cut target price to rupees 1570 as compared to earlier target price rupees 1730. They say this is a risk to consensus earnings and premium valuation, and they also say that the while they could see they could continue to see the company pursuing more specialty M&A, and this optionally is priced in with a downside risk from the disappointment in scale-ups of a recently acquired specialty asset. And lastly, the FMN news flow continues to be overhang in its largest specialty drug. So back of this, brokerage note Sun Pharma is in focus, and the stock is down over 3.5%. But not just Sun Pharma, entire pharma space is in focus on the back of tariff fear.
All right, so that's Sun Pharma on the back of a downgrade coming in has fallen almost 3% in trade today. But moving on to the next counter, the entire auto basket is in focus on the back of a note by Jefferies, where they feel that the auto registration trends have improved in the month of August, month to date. For tractors, it's up 32%, and for two-wheelers and trucks, it's up 6 to 7 odd percent. But it has remained rather soft for passenger vehicles. That's up just 1%. Now, consumers are deferring purchases ahead of the potential GST cut. The policy, is that lower taxes could provide a significant demand boost, especially for the two-wheelers and small passenger vehicles. And they expect that August wholesales is likely to rise 8 to 13% on a year-on-year basis for Eicher Motors, M&M, and TVS Motors, but to remain within the minus 5% to 1+% on a year-on-year basis for other OEMs. Now, their preferred picks are M&M, TVS, followed by Maruti and Eicher Motor. On the back of this, the entire auto pack is in focus.
Okay, but let's shift focus from the auto sector to the IT sector, then TCS. Kunal, you've picked up this counter for us. Tell us, what do technical indicators indicate for this IT major?
Well, the overall IT looks very attractive, but if you talk about particular one stock, then TCS looks very attractive at present level. Since last 2 days, we have been witnessing very good upside momentum. Not only this, on a smaller time frame, stock has given a breakout of its double bottom formation. Stock has been trading above its 21 days moving average. Not only this, we have also observed some positive divergence on a RSI front. So daily chart looks very attractive. Whereas if you talk about weekly chart, then stock has taken the strong support of its previous top, which was placed at 3000 level, and it made a low in October 2022. And afterwards, we saw very good upside momentum. So some replicate momentum we can expect from this counter at present level. Right now, stock is trading at 3151 level. One can get into the stock at present level. We will keep SL at 3050, and if we talk about target wise, the way stock has been trading on a daily chart, I think first target would be at 3240, and if stock breaks this level, then further upside would be there up to the level of 3380. So TCS looks very attractive on a daily chart.
Alright, so that's TCS on the charts. But with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere after the break. We'll come back with more Wazas on the other side. Stay tuned.